Well, I got the P15 here in 177. We're gonna go out and see if we can find a couple of squirrels out here. It's time for us to do another cooking recipe. Out here in my friend's woods, and they're not very big, but there are squirrels in there. And so just go out and see if we can get a couple and do a squirrel recipe for this winter. Haven't had a squirrel this year. Let's go see what we can do. We got a squirrel in this tree right here. He's protected by that stick though. Gotta move forward a little. Still protected. I might hit that stick. Okay, we've gotten our squirrel as you saw. We're just gonna cook one. And let me just tell you what we done here. What I did was, a friend of mine told me that you should age meat. Because squirrels and rabbits, they can be a little tough. So he said you should age them. So what I did was I took this squirrel, I put it in the refrigerator for a week, just in a plastic bag. And then, after being there for a week, I took and I marinated in the things that you see here. From the zesty Italian, onion, salt, garlic, black pepper, some seasoned salt, and also a little bit of lemon pepper. And it's been marinating in this bag now, in the refrigerator now, for 1 week also. So it's been 2 weeks that this has been aging. So marinating for one and aging for another. So now we're all set to cook this up. And it's going to be a very, very simple recipe. Let me take out the ingredients we're going to use for cooking this up. Okay, we've taken it out of the plastic bag, put it on this paper bag here, just to drain off a little bit of the marinade. And then the rest of this marinade, I'm told that when you get it cooking, you can pour this marinade here into the grease and make gravy out of it with a little flour. You might do that, not sure yet. So, okay. So we have it laid out now. I'm just going to put a little bit more salt and pepper on it on both sides, and then we're going to use I was told that Italian breadcrumbs work really well. So we're going to put some Italian breadcrumbs on this and fry it up. I just love fried food. So, you know, I might save a piece to go ahead and make some gravy out of, but I was told that with the aging process, that's going to break it down so that when you fry it, it won't be tough. You won't need to necessarily stew it or anything like that to get it to be a little bit more soft in the eating anyway. Alright, let's go to the next phase. Okay, we're back and got this laid out on the paper bag and a paper towel, and now we're going to use the breadcrumbs. Italian breadcrumbs. Now there's another breadcrumb I was also told about. I got it anyway. This is a Japanese style breadcrumbs. I think I'm going to put one of this Japanese one on the on one of the pieces, just so we have a comparison between the two, so we know next time which one to go with. So I think I'll lay this piece here aside for the Japanese and do the rest in what was suggested to me, which was the Italian. What I was told to do was just to lay it out and just take this Italian breading, just put a liberal amount on it. And nice thing about this is that the marinade is gonna make it attach and stick stick to it really, really well. Pat it down a little. And then we're going to flip it over and do the other side. This Italian breadcrumb idea is a new one for me, but if it's good, I'll be doing it now. A friend of mine told me he uses it for his fish, as well as wild game. It can be done. A rabbit can be done this way too, I'm told, and even birds can be done that way. Okay. And as I said, what I want to do is take a little bit of the Japanese breadcrumbs and just try that piece over there, and we're gonna see what the flavor difference might be, and then this way next time. Okay. I will say that in terms of texture, the Japanese breadcrumbs are a lot harder. Okay, so we got Japanese there. We want to keep that away from the other one so we'll know the difference. So I'll probably fry this piece up last. And there we go. We got one with the Japanese breadcrumbs. Okay. And before I put these away, let me just tell you, if you're in the United States, I got these from the dollar store. I'm not sure they see, like these dollar stores are now around the world, so you probably can get them anywhere. But dollar store for $1, that's where I got those. Okay, we're ready to move on to the next phase of this. Okay, we got our bird cooker out here. Let me just say this, we have an electric stove and we're doing all our cooking on, and our bill was really, really high for all the cooking we've done. So a few Christmases ago I bought one of these deluxe induction cookers. This thing here, I'm telling you, we got 3 of them. We cook all our meals on these. We don't use electric stove except for the oven when we're baking. And this thing here, the way it works is by convection, it actually heats just the pan through some type of magnetic source or something. So what happened is no heat is lost. The bottom of this plate here gets hot and transfers it through. And this thing here is almost cool to the touch when you touch it. But all of the heat goes to the pan. Nothing escapes around it as it does with the electric. So I just love this thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and add a little oil to that. Okay, we've added the oil. We're going to preheat this thing to 300 to 360. And I'll do a test on this thing to see how long it takes to get it to that temperature, to show you just how fast this thing can be. I want to just show you this. This thing has been on for approximately 1 minute. And let me turn this. Hopefully you can see that at home. That the temperature is, after 1 minute, it's already up to 250. This thing here is amazing. If I had this thing over there on the electric stove right now, I don't even think it would be at 100 yet. Because a lot of that heat from the eye would go around the pan and up. But since the pan is being heated as the element itself through induction, this thing is very, very fast. Okay, as you can see, it's at 350. Time for us to go ahead and add the meat to the thing. And let's just go. Okay, we're going to just drop her in. This right here is our Japanese piece. We'll put it over here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna check the progress real quick. Oh, it's getting there. I can say it surely smells good. Kind of our Japanese breaded piece. Wow. Okay, you can smell the Italian bread, and that zesty Italian in there, and that lemon pepper. That's coming off very, very well. And back to check it again. I'm telling you, this is really, really good. So I'm gonna turn the temperature down a little now, and just let it kind of coast in. Yeah. I like mine fried pretty hard, as you can see. I do my fish the same way. I don't want my game medium rare in the middle. So I make it a little crispy on the outside so I know the inside is good. And let me just cut a piece of it to see how it's doing before taking it out of there. That it's going to be pretty much tender. So let's just try it and see. Small piece. Let that cool. Let that continue to fry a little more. Wow, that is good. Alright, that's about where I want it right there, you guys. We're going to give it a minute or so more and we're going to take it out. And I have over here my, move this over a little. I have right here another paper bag with some paper with a paper towel on it. And now we're going to take this out and let it sit. Okay, and the cooker, see how I'm able to pick this cooker up? Can't touch back there, but you can touch the front of it and just take it right away without being burnt. And we'll pull this over now for a quick review. And as I said, I like mine a little Cajun-y, but that first piece that I bit was pretty good. I wanted to cook this in according to a tenderness, so I just want to talk about the tender part of it. It certainly is much tenderer than if I wouldn't have let it marinate for a week. That marinating dip penetrate all the way through. But one thing I do want to try now is, because I want to try this gravy thing. So, with some of the marinade that is left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the, move this over here. Bring the pan back, get a new skillet. Again, isn't that a miracle? You guys, I was just frying on this thing. And here I am picking it up and putting it back over here. The only part of it that's hot is back there. Up here is cool. We love these things. My wife cooks everything on it. On the three of them. We don't even use the stove anymore. Okay, we got another pan out for you. And what we're going to do is this. I'm going to add this marinade that was left over to it. Okay, that's good. We got most of that out. And we're going to add a little bit of this grease to it. Probably 3 tablespoons. Should be enough. Maybe make that 4. Okay. Got that. Pick that up to about maybe 210. Should be enough for it. Get this going. And let me grab some flour to go in there, and we're gonna see what we can do with this. Okay, we're back, and I have some flour here. And I'm going to just put in 2 tablespoons of flour. And we're starting to let that thicken up. And I'm told that probably need to add a little water to that, but I add a little bit more water to it. She said it should be a little soupy looking as you're doing it. I've never done this before, you guys, so you guys that are expert at cooking gravy, don't get on me because I have no idea what I'm doing right here now. Okay. She said, I was told that as it thickens, to go ahead and add a little water to it to keep it. It's just going to evaporate out. And then we're going to add some much color to it. I'm just going to and let it cook slowly. I think I'm going to leave these other pieces out. Now I'm told to just let that simmer for a while. Cover it and let it simmer. So we're just going to cover it there. And we're going to let that cook slowly for a while. I'm just going to add a little lemon pepper to this. And I've already added a little bit of salt. What you want to do is as this is cooking, you want to make sure that you taste your gravy. So make sure you got the flavors in there you want. And then add whatever flavoring you may need to make it the flavor you want. That's pretty good. We'll let it continue. I want you to know that while this has been cooking, I've been having the Japanese leg here. I want to tell you, I think I would go with the Japanese one. It's got a little bit more flavor, it's got a little bit more tart to it, and so my recommendation to you, just based on my taste test, if you have a choice between the 2 breadcrumbs here, I go with that one. Just a little bit more flavorful. Just a reminder here we're not cooking the meat. We're actually more tenderizing it. Everybody told me that by stewing it this way and letting it cook very, very slowly like this, that is when it tenderizes. It's kind of a slow cook. And because I've been cooking it here rather than in the oven, I'm losing a little bit more steam and water from it, so I've been adding a little bit of water to it so it wouldn't cake up too much. You may want to think about that. But I will show you this. This fella here is he's about done for. And back again, and it's still slowly stewing here. And just turn the temperature back up a little. Let me just say this, we don't throw away any strap food around here. Okay, that stuff right there, when I'm finished the back strap I just finished that leg, I'll throw it outside because here I'm really lucky. Out in that backyard, Not really back across the fence over there. There is everything that you would ever want to see. Um, I think I've seen everything but a bear. Coyotes, foxes, raccoons, skunks, squirrels of both types, groundhogs, all of it I've seen over there. So for the most part, I put out corn and stuff for them, but I put that out for the foxes and for the raccoons and for the skunks and the possums. I'm going to be posting a video soon of a trail cam of all the stuff I have living back there, just for amusement for those who might want to see it. Okay, we're back, and we're going to go ahead and plate this. So turn the power off. We're going to see how much that tenderized it over what we already had. And unfortunately, as you can see, we don't have but a small piece to test it against because, boy, I was munching on those others while this was cooking. So let's take it out. Let's plate this thing. Okay. Like I said, I was just doing this with tender. I like my stuff fried, but everybody that I've talked to, the guys who are connoisseurs of wild game, said, Aaron, you got to go ahead and use a little bit of gravy. So now all of them said that what I should do is have biscuits with this. That the biscuits would really help to enjoy the flavor of the gravy. Let me just give a taste to this gravy real one time. Wow, I see what they mean. I see what they mean. The reason they're saying to go ahead and have gravy with this is because with a biscuit is because you want to get the biscuit and you want to dip it in this gravy. That's for real. You want to dip that biscuit in this gravy because you don't want to waste an ounce of this gravy. All the flavor practically right now from everything that we've done, all the ingredients we've had in this is now in this, has coalesced in this gravy. And I'm telling you, wow. I would have never done that, but they said, Aaron, you got to try it. It really adds a lot more to the flavor of it than that does. Let me move this stuff out of the way and come right back. Okay, we're back, and I have everything plated here. And first thing I want to talk about is these bread crumbs. I should have tasted them before using them. I'm going to do a little taste here first and just see. Okay, the Italian to me has more of a kind of a sour taste, a garlicky taste. Now how much I'm going to taste this the Chinese one, the one I said it tastes better. And to tell you the truth, the Chinese one has a very, very mild flavor, but it's a lot more crunchy, so I think it holds up better to frying. And because of that, it absorbs the flavor from the meat. Whereas this one is kind of crumbly. So it's not so much the flavor as much as the texture that makes the Japanese one better. But now I'm again try this gravy. Let me just tell you. You guys have said that about the gravy. All I can say, you guys did not lie. There's tons of, absolute tons of flavor in that gravy. Now here's the piece, this is the last piece I was tearing it up while I was cooking. I'm gonna taste this against that. Now this is very good. Crunchy because I overcooked it a bit. Extremely tasty from the whole week of marinating. And kind of sweet. But this, when you add that, all the flavors that are in there, with all of the flavors that are in this gravy, whole new ball game. I see why. Biscuits and that right there would be a meal in and of itself. You wouldn't need anything else. The only thing is here, the meat is more of a baked chicken kind of a situation. Yeah. Whereas over here, this is more of a fried chicken consistency. So I guess if I had to vote on the two, in terms of texture, in terms of that fried fish, fried chicken, fried whatever, man, I love that. But in terms of just flavor down the wazoo, and if you're eating for taste, this is the one. If you're eating to get full, just sit back, watch the football game with a beer, and be full as heck, this is the one. Put a biscuit with that, and boy, just munch. Anyway, I'm gonna just close this out. I'm not gonna go on camera on this one. And I'll just say to you guys, Squirrel is some good stuff. And if you haven't tried it, try it and try this recipe, or try my other recipe, which I thought was just as good, but it was just fried, where we use the, where we actually soak this stuff in mustard, and that was so good too. So hope to get a rabbit, and we're gonna try a new recipe with a rabbit. But until then, I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and for your comments, and for all your subscribers. I want to thank you. I think last time I looked, I was getting close to 8,000. I thought when I started this thing, if I got 500, I would be happy. So I'm ecstatic now. And all you guys that have been sending in and saying that, and let me know where you're from. I got about 6 or 8 more from England, from Liverpool, and all kinds of areas. So anyway, if you're watching from another land, let me know what it is so I can put you on my map and put you down as a friend that I have somewhere in the world. Until then, as I was saying, you guys keep it safe and enjoy this good sport we have with shooting, and whenever you can take something and bring it home and eat it, it just adds to the pleasure of this thing we call PCP gunning. Wow. Keep it safe, guys.